What's up, YouTube? My name is Ghrei, and today we are playing a game called The Test. Now, I saw Markiplier play it a little bit, and I saw that there was, like, an actual quiz in it. And I'm not gonna lie, I am a massive sucker for anything with legit quizzes in it, so I'm gonna play this. And I think it might be a horror game, but if it is, I guess I'm gonna suffer. But, yeah. As always, if you enjoy, please leave a comment down below. Bell icon to be alerted whenever I go live or post a new video, and let's get right into it. Now, in order to begin, this is the most important part of this entire experience. You will be asked a series of questions, and you must answer them honestly. Now, when I say answer them honestly, I don't mean answer them how you'd like to answer them. Answer them with truth, even if that's hard to face. Oh, hard breath. We all want to be good people. We rarely want to admit our faults, grievances, or mistakes. But you must decide what you truly want. Do you want this to work properly? Do you want the truth about yourself, your destiny in this world? Or would you rather live a lie just to hide from yourself? The process is very simple in theory. Just answer a long series of questions. What's difficult is self-analyzing your own psyche to evaluate the truths in your own mind and life so that you can predict your future. You see, as long as you're honest with these questions and answers, you'll be able to see your own future here. This will tell you things you already know but don't necessarily know that you know. As long as the answers you provide to the questions asked are 100% honest and true, this process will simply unlock a part of your mind that you do not have natural access to. This isn't psychic. This is not a personality test. This is simply nature. This is you. This is your mind. This is simply nature taking its course. This is the human brain at work unlocking hidden truths within itself. While attempting to answer many of these questions, you'll often wonder things like, well, this answer depends on the circumstances. That is one gripe that I have with most quizzes. Create your own circumstances in your mind and answer the questions with a simple yes or no as you see fit. Okay! You may not understand nor realize it, but your mind will develop the situation required to answer your question the way it needs to be answered. I invite you to grab a drink of water, which I have now. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. We are about to begin with a series of questions, and provided that you're a willing participant, we will be unlocking some substantial information today. I can speak. Here we go. Would you be alright with living alone forever? I'm honest to God, I would not be. I would not be alright with living alone forever. Doesn't matter if forever means until the end of my natural life or forever means until, like, the universe burns itself out. I would not be okay with living alone. I can't do social stuff a lot, but I need at least one person there, dude. I need that. Do you like the color blue more than the color black? See, I like the color black, but I prefer the shade of gray. But blue... It really depends on the kind of blue. I guess if this is just objective, like Crayola blue or Crayola black, it usually depends on the day, but overall I'd say I like blue more. So yes. If you found money on the street and knew what it belonged to, would you give it back to them? If I personally knew the person, I would give it back to them. And this is if you knew who it belonged to. 9 times out of 10 I would. There are a couple instances where I wouldn't give it back to them, but it would be in situations where it would help them. Like, if I knew they were, you know, as an extreme example, like a super extreme example, if they were, like, getting drunk all the time or just buying drugs, I wouldn't immediately give it back to them. I'd make sure that they'd seek help first. But I would eventually give it back to them once I knew they would be okay. So that would be yes. Are you sure you want the answers you seek? Hell no, I'm not sure. Well, I want the answers, but I don't know if I want the answers. So, I'm not certain, and that's what you're asking, so no. Are you afraid of spiders? A little bit, yeah. If I said I'm not, that would be a lie. And I want to be honest with this quiz. If you knew you would emerge unscathed, would you jump into molten lava? Honestly, I think I would, just to test my mental endurance. Would you consider yourself to be fat? That I would. I am 265 pounds and 6 feet tall with a beer belly. I consider myself fat. Would you say that you have lots of charisma? I know a lot of people would say I do, but I personally wouldn't say I would. Or that I do. Fudge, monkeys, I can English. I don't think I have a lot of charisma, despite what other people might say. Have you ever wished you could be temporarily frozen? Now, my initial thought for this, which I'm going to be going with, is just frozen in time. And I don't think so. I don't think any amount of time for me to be frozen would be good. I don't think ever being temporarily frozen in any way would be great. Especially not like cryogenically. That I would not want. All very interesting. Did you realize that the last letter of the previous 5 questions you put together spell the name Satan? No, I did not realize that. Does that make you uncomfortable? Slightly, yes. It does make me a little bit uncomfortable, ma'am. Or sir, I can't tell. Are you the Witcher? You look like you might be the Witcher. Are you good at finding hidden puzzles or clues? Not particularly. Like, if they're meant to be hidden, then but it's like, I'm detail-oriented, but I'm not good at finding hidden puzzles or clues. Are you not wondering what other hidden messages are placed within these questions? Honestly, yeah. Yeah, you got me. You caught me in 4K conflagrations. Have you been entirely honest with your answers thus far? Yes, I have. Are you afraid of the consequences for answering questions dishonestly? I wasn't before, but now I am. Were you aware that there could be potential consequences for answering dishonestly? No, I was not. Are you wondering how these questions began to take a strange turn? Well, no, because you mentioned Satan, and that immediately swapped everything to satanic stuff. Would you consider yourself captivated? Captivated in the game, in the quiz? I would. I really would. Very interesting. Can you not say that? Just explain it to me. Would you consider yourself to be brave? I wouldn't say brave, I would say pig-headed. Or big-headed, or bull-headed, or stubborn. There we go, stubborn. I would not consider myself brave. Do you view yourself as someone with above-average intelligence? Not over much. But then that's almost an objective thing, because people who are intelligent do not see themselves as intelligent because intelligence is their norm. And they assume that it's the norm for everyone else because they cannot see in other people's minds. But personally, do I view myself as someone with above average intelligence? I do not. I honestly don't. Have you been looking for hidden messages in these questions? I really haven't, because I'm just trying to answer honestly. I'm trying to think about the questions you've given me, sir, ma'am. You're wondering which hidden messages you may have missed. Honestly, yeah. Have you begun to wonder how long this test will take or how many questions exist in this session? It skimmed my mind, yeah. Would you consider yourself to be a patient person? Usually, yes. The challenge runs, like the Bonsly challenge run, the Deoxys, well, not so much the Deoxys, like the Kabuto challenge run, those have made me more patient. So I would consider myself to be a patient person, and if not fully patient, then more patient than I used to be. So yes. Do most humans annoy you? I find it funny how you say humans and not other people. Are you a demon because you mentioned Satan? Is that why there's fire floating above you and you have a plague doctor mask because you caused the Black Death? Honestly, though, do most humans annoy me? I hate to say it, but yes. Obviously, y'all don't annoy me, and obviously, people who are close to me don't annoy me, but the vast majority of random strangers do, simply because it seems like they don't think before they act. It seems like there are so many who just don't they live in their own bubble and they can't when it's this world that we all share. You know what I mean? So I'm going to answer yes. Do you prefer animals to people? That I don't, because you can't have a solid conversation with animals, and I kind of crave, like, conversation. I may be an introvert, but I still crave conversation. So no. Do you believe in magic? Oh, God, that's a tough question. I don't believe in straight-up magic, as in, like, oh, I'm a wizard, I'm going to open my hoity-toity spellbook and pacha and fireball. They're all dead. No, I don't believe in that kind of magic. But I believe in the kind of magic that... how do I put this? I believe in the kind of magic that science we just don't understand yet. I like that quote. I believe in that kind of magic. So, yes. Do you believe in God or the existence of some form of higher power? That I do not, simply because all the evidence we have is contradictory. It makes no sense. And if there was a higher power, we would have some form of evidence to show it. There would be something that is undeniable for us to show. Though it could be argued they could be living in the fourth dimension, or they're living above our understanding. But I personally don't believe it until I have, like, a solid, undeniable hunk of evidence linking back to other undeniable hunks of evidence. Until I can literally understand where it is residing in comparison to where I am. I don't. It's not something that I can do. Do you fear death? Game? You're acting kinda sus here. That's some good water. Do I fear death? I do fear an early demise, but I don't fear the actual act of death, and I don't fear... I guess I fear the process of death more than death itself. For death itself, I don't fear it, I'm curious about it. So I don't. Are you attracted to someone whom you're not currently in a relationship with? That is actually somewhat unfair of a question, and let me explain why. Real quick. Asking if you're attracted to someone you're not currently in a relationship with is like asking, do you have a crush, or are you thinking of cheating on your partner? And neither of those are true. But if it's based on physical attraction, that is a primal instinct we cannot control, thus it is biased. But I don't think a quiz would, like this, asking us for honesty, would give us a biased question. So I'm going to assume it means, like, on an emotional level beyond just physical. And to that, my answer is no. Did you answer the last question with 100% honesty? Yes, I did. Are you alone? You trying to catch these hands, fool? You trying to catch these motherfucking hands? Am I alone? Current location, specifically where I am, yes. In the house that I'm in, no. If I told you with utmost certainty that there's something watching you, would you believe me? Honestly, yeah. Yeah, I would. I'm a bit of a gullible person. But, like, just for my own anxiety, I would believe you until you proved me wrong. Or until you proved yourself wrong. Have you wondered who I am? Yes, very much so. Have you had shivers? Yes, I have had shivers. Do you feel like you're being watched? A little bit, yes. Have you considered quitting this session early? Yes, I have. Do you drink water every day? I don't. I could argue technically I drink pop, but no, I don't drink water every day. Do you eat at least once per day every day? Yes, I do. I make an effort to do that. Do you realize that you've missed 7 hidden messages? No. Bruh. Do you realize that you... You gotta stop this, man! Woman! Yes, I'm wondering what they were! Jesus Christ, the ambience doesn't help! Would it bother you to never know finding them yourself? Yes, it would! But, like, I don't have the motivation to find them myself, so it'd just bug me for a while. Is your favorite number 7? No, it's not. I don't have a favorite number. Life is short, but it's the longest thing we'll ever do. Do you agree? That's implying that there's no afterlife. Life is short, but it's the longest thing we'll ever do. You know what? I agree. Because my idea of death is weird. If death comes up again, I'll explain my idea of death. But in my mind, it's like a cycle of eternal life. And I'll explain that, and I know it sounds cultish, and I promise you it's not. Not really, I don't think. You guys have to be the judge of that in the comments when I explain it, if I do. Yes, I agree. Oranges cannot be compared to apples. Do you agree? No, because they are both fruits. Therefore, because they lie in the same category of food, they can be compared with nutritional values. In fact, the fact that they are both food means that they can be compared. The fact that their skins are different is enough to have comparison. Just because they are vastly different does not mean they cannot be compared. You can compare to learn. That is why I compare things. And you can learn how oranges are different from apples. You can learn the past of oranges and apples in their evolutionary progression. And you can learn how they were bred by humans to be better for consumption and more appealing to the general consumer. I disagree with the fact that oranges cannot be compared to apples, ma'am, sir. Venus is sometimes referred to as the morning star. Did you know that? I did not know that. Everyone deserves a second chance. Do you agree? Yes, I do. I believe everyone deserves a second chance. Now, the size of that chance and the time that it takes to get there differs from person to person. But you should not be denied a second chance. If you did something horrible, you should pay the price for it. But again, afterwards, you should get a second chance. You can do anything you put your mind to. Do you agree? That I also agree with. I do believe you can do anything you put your mind to. The issue is being able to put your mind to it because your mind gets in its own way. But if you're able to get past that, then you can do anything you put your mind to. Obedience is more important than freedom? Fuck no! If I ask you to do something and you say no, sure, I'm gonna be upset, but that's your choice to make. I don't expect you to say yes, sir, to everything I do. If I ask you to take out the trash, and you say, no, I don't want to, I'll ask you why, and I'll ask you, please take out the trash, because I don't want to either. And if you say no, it still has to get done, so I'm going to take it out myself. I don't expect you to sit there and go, sir, yes, sir, and take out the trash, even if you got 2 broken legs. I do not think obedience is more important than freedom. Underwater adventure sound like a fun time? Fuck no! I'm scared of Subnautica, bruh! Did you realize that the first letters of the previous 8 questions spell the phrase, I love you? Oh, no, 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 no. Don't you start backpedaling now. Don't you make me feel trust towards you. I can feel it starting, and I hate it. I did not realize that. Do you wish to be loved? Of course, everyone wishes to be loved. Do you have any addictions? Now this is down to what you would consider an addiction. I suppose addiction is something that you would do that you couldn't go the day without. That you would have repercussions mentally and physically for if you stopped. I don't think I do. Do you dislike the color pink? I don't dislike it. It's not my favorite, but I don't dislike it. Does the color gray seem depressing? Not really. It's almost like a new hope in my eyes. That's a story for another day. That's a story of how I got my nickname Ghrei. If you're watching this part of the video and you want to see a video about how I got my nickname, is going to be a short one, comment down below Ghrei, yes, but spelled Ghrei. So Ghrei space yes. And if you don't, then type in the comments below Ghrei space no. And whichever gets more votes is the one I will tell the story about. But I do not see the color gray as depressing. I see it as the brink of a new dawn. So no. Do you enjoy loud music? Once in a while I do if I'm angry, but overall I do not. Sensory overloads, they're a bitch, ain't they? Do you like to dance? No. Would you consider yourself normal? No. Do you love your parents? I do love my parents. I really do. Have you ever been lied to? Several times, unfortunately. Do you get angry often? A decent amount, yeah. Just borderline on often. I'd say sometimes, but that's for everyone. Do you hold grudges? I don't. I can't. I've actively tried to hold grudges in the past, and I literally cannot. Have you ever forgiven someone? Of course! Several times. Have you ever lied? Yes, because everyone's lied. Do you think flowers are more beautiful than trees? I don't think so. Because I think the trees are an ecosystem in and of itself, and each ecosystem has an ecosystem within it because you go down another molecular scale. That, I think, is beautiful. How a tree is its own world. So I do not think flowers are more beautiful than trees. Have you ever wanted to be an animal instead of a person? No. Simply because I want to keep my mind. I've wanted superpowers, but I have never wanted to be an animal. Do you believe you have psychic powers? Okay, so it's not a serious thing. And before you click off the video, shush. It's just a weird story, okay? So two weird stories, actually. Once, when I was a lot younger, I swear to God I saw a cat walk in my room. When we had no cats, we had two dogs. We had Happy, and I can't remember the name of the other one, but we had two dogs. And I remember a cat walking across my room in the middle of the night. It was like 3:41 in the morning. I remember the clock. It was 3:41 a.m. And the street lights were on outside, and I looked over, and this pitch black cat just walks along and just phases through my door as I'm screaming for my parents. And there's been no explanation for that, ever. It could have been me hallucinating, or like sleep paralysis or something, and it probably was, but that was terrifying. And the other thing is, for the past multiple years, ever since I started taking my medicine, I've only had deja vu. Only thing I've had in my dreams is deja vu. I have never once dreamed something that did not have the same feeling as deja vu since I started taking those meds, and I think maybe before that, but I don't remember that far back because my memory is crap. So I don't think I have psychic powers, but I have a lot of weird, what do you want to call it? I have a lot of weird stories that might imply if psychic powers were real, it might hint towards the fact that I have some latent ability or something. Which, considering psychic powers have not been proven to be real, I don't think I'm psychic in the slightest. But it is still interesting, and I'd love to know why that is. So if any of y'all have an answer for why I have deja vu only with dreams, I'd love to know. Have you ever seen a ghost? That cat would be the only thing that I would consider as a ghost, and I don't think it was a ghost. So I'm gonna say no. Do you dream often? I don't dream that often. Again, whenever I do, it's deja vus, but I don't think I dream that often. At least not in the sense of dreams that you remember, because we all have tons of dreams we don't remember. Do you have nightmares often? No. I really don't. Do you suffer from anxiety attacks? I'm going to say yes. I haven't in a long time, but I get very anxious, and I would suffer from anxiety attacks still if I didn't take my meds. So yes. Do you suffer from depression? That I do, ma'am. That I do. That's the main reason I got meds. Do you exercise often and stay active? Not really, no. I mean, I'm active at my job, but I don't have a routine. I don't really get out a whole lot. I'll walk if it's nice outside, but... Would you consider yourself emotionally wounded? You're touching on some deep stuff here, ma'am, sir. But yes, I would. Have you ever felt betrayed? Yes, several times. Like by you. Do you ever feel lost in life? Again, several times, yes. In fact, I feel a little lost right now in life because of what you're doing to me. Would you consider yourself a natural leader? Now, this is something... I wouldn't consider myself a natural leader as in prodigy. I would consider myself a natural leader as in instinct. And by that, what I mean is, I don't think I'm a natural born leader, like I'm meant to be a leader. I think I take the leading position when no one else does, out of a need of, like, we need to get this done, and someone has to step up and no one else is. So I think, in that sense, as instinctual instead of as a prodigy, I am a natural leader. If you could push a button and destroy the world, would you press it? Fuck no. I would not do that. There's too much beauty in this life to experience to press a button and just end it all. Do you sometimes dream of being a hero? Yes. I actually dream of that a lot. I would love superpowers. I would love to save people. Have you ever been bullied? Many times. Many, many times. Have you ever bullied someone else? That I don't... I think there's one situation in my life that I don't want to bring up that would be considered that. And I highly doubt you are, but... If you're watching this, Elena, I'm referencing. You know what I'm referencing. And I'm sorry. Would you consider yourself to be a dreamer? I would. I really would. I mean, I'm trying to make YouTube work, for goodness sake. Do you sometimes hurt people's feelings unintentionally? Many times! People are so hard to understand! I really do try all the time to not hurt people, and it just doesn't work. Because I say the wrong things and I don't realize. And I try and learn, but half the time, the stuff that I learn doesn't apply to everyone, and it's just mind-boggling to me. I just don't get people. So yes. Do you find space fascinating? Now, I know what Mark would have answered to this. I didn't see him answer. I personally do. In fact, the basis of magic in the COG series that I'm working on, link in the description probably, or in the pinned comment, the main source of magic is actually something about space that I really have thought a lot about. So, yes, I do. Would you consider yourself to be an artist? My depression says no, but based on the fact that I make several art mediums, that would inherently, definitively make me an artist. Like, dictionary definition artist. So I don't see myself as an artist, I just see myself as an artist. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? I personally would, simply because I cannot allow myself to be a bad friend. I found that I just give way too much. But would that, if people don't want me to give, would that make me a bad friend? If I keep giving. This one is literally like the biggest gray area for me, no pun intended. God. And there's no middle ground. There's no middle ground option. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? deep down, my gut's telling me no. I don't know why, but I gotta go with my gut if it's a gray area. I gotta be as honest as I can. I don't think so. Would you consider yourself to be flawed? Very, very flawed. Do you believe in perfection? No, because perfection would require an individual person to make something that would appeal to each individual person completely and fully. And that is impossible because what appeals to one person can be the precise opposite of what appeals to another person. So that is a literal impossibility by definition. Have you ever stolen from someone? No. I haven't stolen from anyone. I have stolen a single Yu-Gi-Oh card from Walmart because it was sitting on the shelf outside of a pack and I knew I wouldn't get caught. So I did do that, but I haven't stolen from anyone. So no. Would you ever kill someone under any circumstances? This is getting into more dark territory, but at this point in my life, without the therapy, I don't have easy access to therapy, so until I'm able to help myself more, I'm afraid under very specific circumstances I might. If you had one day to live, would you tell anyone? I don't think I would. Because that might force them to do stuff they wouldn't normally do, and I'd want them to be genuine with me. I don't think I would. Have you ever told your darkest secrets to someone? Not all of them. Not all of them. And not the darkest of them. Do you trust me even though you know nothing about me? Honestly, yes. I believe in the innocent until proven guilty stuff. And you may be mind-fucking me right now. And I know you're making me trust me with the I love you bit and some other hidden but yes, I do trust you regrettably. Do you know who I am? That I do not. You look like the Witcher, but I doubt that's who you are. If I appeared behind you right now, would you You literally made me look behind me. Yes, I would. If I told you that I've been behind you this entire time, would that scare you? No, actually. Because, like, there's no one behind me right now, and that would imply the entire time, which means that you're invisible and you're not directly behind me. So that would not scare me. You would have jump scared me if you were right behind me, but knowing you were there that entire time, and also knowing you don't have any hostile motives, you just want the quiz, at least that's what you've shown. If you do have hostile motives, I have yet to see them. I don't think it would scare me if you were there the entire time. Would you consider yourself to be empathetic? Very much so, to a problematic degree, yes. Would you consider yourself to be romantic? In a very, very cheesy way, yes. Because I have had way too many fantasies about romance. And what kind of romantic would I be if I didn't consider myself to be romantic? So yes. Have you ever been in a physical fight? Twice. Both in school. Are you prone to headaches or migraines? Not really, no. Do you look at the ground when you walk? A lot of the times I do. I don't know what that has to do with anything, though. Are you attracted to the opposite sex? Yes. Would you ever shave your head? If you're going to shave my head in my sleep, I'm literally going to snap your neck and yours. I don't think I would ever shave my head, no. No, I wouldn't. My hair... For many reasons, my hair means too much to me. Are you attracted to muscular bodies? No, I'm really not. Do you ever dance when no one is looking? No, not really. I don't really dance. Do you trust your best friend entirely? I can't say I do because there's always that doubt nagging in the back of my mind. And whether that's just common sense or depression or anxiety or just sheer doubt from my past, I just can't trust anyone 100%. I trust them 99%, but that 1%, I just can't. Do you remember your childhood extremely well? Unfortunately, yes. Would you rob a bank if you could get away with it? If I could is not if I knew for a goddamn fact that I could rob a bank and get away with it. and I had a use for the money, and I only took as much as I needed for that use, and I knew I wasn't taking it from anyone that needed it, I would. But the phrasing here could. No. Do you ever dream about running from a killer? I literally just got chills down. I got the shakes now, dude. Do you ever dream about running from a killer? I don't. I can't say that I do. Do you ever dream about falling off a cliff? No, I've never actually had that dream. People say it's really common, but no. Do you ever dream about being naked in public? I don't think so, no. Do you enjoy scary movies or books? Yes, even though it's against my better judgment. Do you enjoy comedic oh, hell yeah. Give me that. Give me all that Jim Carrey. Give me some of that good Robin Williams classics. Give me that genie from Aladdin. Yes, I do. Do you like being the center of attention? I like attention, but I don't like being the center of it. No. You feel like something is always watching you. No, but I feel like something is watching me right now. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to go to space? Honestly, yeah. Have you ever had an out-of-body experience? I don't think I have. Have you ever punched I've never even met a nun. Do you like dogs better than cats? No, I prefer to mammalian cats. Do you prefer to read more than you prefer to watch movies? Honestly, I haven't read in a long time, but yes. Because it activates my imagination more. Are you still wondering why I asked you if you've ever punched a nun? I am. Is that going to give me 1,000 years bad luck or something if I do? Do you get starstruck easily? No. There's I can count on one hand the number of people I would be starstruck by. Do you hate going to big parties and social gatherings? Yeah, if they're big. If they're just casual, then I like going to them, but not big ones. Is your favorite part of your birthday receiving presents? Honestly, it is. I hate to say it, it makes me sound spoiled, but it is, because it's seeing what people remember about you. It's seeing how well you communicated. It's also the destruction of boxes is very therapeutic for me, be it at the job or on my birthday. But I will say it's equal parts getting to spend time with my family, because it's an excuse to force me away from what I'm working on to spend time with them. Have you ever punched a nun really? Just bam, right in the face! Nun punch! I've never met a nun, so how could I punch one? Did you laugh? I did, yeah. Did you say what the fuck in your head or even aloud? I will say the words what, the, and fuck were floating around somewhere in my melon. Are you now eager to somehow get the opportunity to punch a nun sometime soon? At this very moment, yes. I wouldn't take the opportunity, but if it were to arise, I would remember this. There's a hell. Do you think you're going to it? Probably. Do you want to try fantasy fiction games? I do. Do you masturbate frequently? You know, this isn't safe for YouTube. Are you wondering what constitutes frequently? No! Are you more than slightly uncomfortable right now? Yes! Is your mouth dry? No. Does profanity make you uncomfortable? It doesn't, actually. Do you believe in legendary beasts such as the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot? I believe that there's a form of them out there in the form of, undiscovered species, but I don't believe in them themselves. So, no. Are you poor with money management? Yes. Do you enjoy solving mathematical puzzles? Yes! Do you speak more than one language fluently? No, I do not, ma'am, sir. Have you ever visited a country other than your own? That I have not. Do you enjoy coffee? Hell yeah! My whole household loves coffee. Do you believe in demons? That I don't. Do you believe in angels? That I do not. Are you afraid of sharks? Not really, no. Because, I never go to the ocean, so... Do you prefer baths over showers? I just prefer to get in, get clean, get out, so not really. Does the smell of perfume or cologne give you headaches? That it does! Get your wax, body spray, head ass out of here! Do you see that shadow? I hate you. I hate you. I hate you so much. Even when you know no one is calling it, yes. Things in your home often go missing and reappear later. Not really. I mean, I misplace shit, and then I find it because I remember I put it there later, but no. Do you ever hear footsteps? I thought they were going to play footstep sounds. Do you ever hear footsteps around when you're alone? That I don't. Do you ever hear random knocking noises around you? That I... Once in a great while, I do. Do you often look at the same time on the clock every day? Do I? I'd say I frequently enough check the clock and it's like 12:01. Which is weird enough, but sure. Have you ever felt your feet being grabbed at night while sleeping? No. Stop! Do you have any pets? Yes. Is your favorite color green? Yes. Malachite green. Why? Are you attracted to a family member? Ew, no! Sweet home Alabama, get the fuck out of here. If you won the lottery, would you share the money with anyone? Yes, I'd share it with my dad, my sister, and my mom, and my, dad-in-law. Yeah, I'd share it with them. If you could be the dictator of your own country, would you accept the role? No! Because if I make a mistake, that's everyone else's entire lives fucked over. And I don't know what I'm doing, so no. Do you ever wonder what it would be like to be in prison? Sometimes, yes. Because you hear the horror stories, but then, like, what's it actually like? Because people love to exaggerate. And I know it's horrible. I'm just curious what level of bad it is. Do you like fishing? Occasionally, yeah. Do you like hunting? No, I cannot shoot anything. And I only fish with catch and release. Do you like camping? No, I hate the outdoors when I'm sleeping there. Do you like guns? I do not. Are you getting tired of answering questions? No, actually. Would you consider yourself to be kinky? Yeah. Eyes are the wind of the soul. Do you agree? Yes. Because eyes lose something when a person is dead and you look into them. So yes. Do you always keep your promises? Not always, even though I try. Would you ever completely trust someone who's lied to you? I believe so, yes. Simply because I believe that they can redeem themselves. Are you an only child? No, I am not. Do you ever enjoy being drunk? No, I'm never touching a drop of alcohol in my life because I have an addictive personality. Luckily, I haven't gotten addicted to anything, but I like some stuff a bit too much. Do you like tattoos? No. I think they look cool, but I don't like them on me. Do you enjoy being high in any form? I do not. Do you believe you have a soul? That I do. I believe souls exist, but in a more scientific way. So yes. Did you cry this week? No, but I almost did. Are you upset with someone right now? Am I? No, I'm not. Is there someone you're not being completely honest with daily? No. Do you understand how this works yet? The quiz itself is what I'm going to go with, and that's going to be a negatory, Ghost Rider. If you answer the questions twice, your truth may change. It's not just about answering the questions, it's about the time you spend answering them. The combination you answer them in. It's about many different variables you'd never guess. Do you understand? Holy shit, yeah, okay, yeah. Are you wondering if the end of the test is coming soon based on a previous question? Yes, I am. If I were to tell you that this entire process was planted here for you, specifically you, to learn something about yourself and anyone else that bothers using this as just a byproduct of its intention, would you believe that? No, because it's public on Steam. It's public on Steam. It's the same few questions at the beginning that Markiplier got, so no. Are you afraid of being abandoned? That I am. Are you afraid of dying alone? Yes. Do you worry that one day you'll be unexpectedly murdered? Not really. Are you always on guard, waiting to fend off an attack? I actually am. But I'm pretty sure that's just anxiety and paranoia instilled to me by my grandma. Do you feel like I know you yet? I feel like you do. But there's still more that you know that I don't know that you know about me that I don't know about me. You know? Have you already stretched your orgasms while answering these questions? Well, yeah, you got the fucking loop going in the background. I think we have enough information about you. Whether you skipped questions, answered honestly or dishonestly, took loads of time to respond, or answered quickly without reading or understanding properly, I've been able to tell. I'm calculating your results. I'm analyzing you very carefully. I'm judging you. Please don't. Based on what you've told me, this is what I can conclude. You are not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. And that fact alone is what makes you so incredibly special. Oh, I hate that scratching sound that was just there. Fudge. Your scars are reminders of what didn't kill you. Your mistakes are who you were. The lessons learned are what you needed to be, who you knew you could be all along. Forgive yourself for the mistakes of the past, the people you felt you should have paid more attention to, the people you felt you should have given more of a chance, the people you felt you didn't treat the best. You're not the person. You don't have to be that person again. Every single second of every single day is an opportunity to change and be the person we wish to be. One piece of advice I must offer you is that your time is not infinite and your opportunities aren't either. You may not be able to change the past, but you can absolutely change the present, which will vastly alter your future. If only you believed in yourself as much as I believe in you, if only you could see what I see, you'd never doubt yourself ever again. Keep at it, make the changes, and flourish. You're starting to sound like my girlfriend Storm right now. Your secret word is appreciate. Remember this word, it will come in handy. Appreciate. We will be selected, some of you based your answers be included in a future project. Okay. There's an opportunity for you to be a part of history. There's a chance for you to be a part of something greater. Put secret note in the comments. If you do not wish to be a part of an upcoming project, simply leave your secret word out of our comments. We will not select your name. Okay. Thank you for taking the time to answer these. I know they've been of some help to you if you aren't yet. It will all make sense very soon. Trust me on that. What? Excuse me? Bruh? Bruh. Algambur. That's it? That's it? That's all you got for me? Well, there are 2 more games of this, and I'll only play them if you guys want me to, so comment down below, test 2 if you want more of it, and just type in nah if you don't. Anyways, that was the test. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and comment down below. Please be sure to hit the like button and ring the bell to be alerted whenever I go live or post a new video. Thank you guys yet again for watching. Y'all are beautiful people. You guys are amazing. You should feel amazing. And I appreciate you. I really do appreciate you. Good.